It's Cleveland Indians baseball. We'll be at Cleveland Stadium today as the Indians take on the California Angels. Last night the Angels beat the Indians 3-1. It was a pair of hard throwers going, Nolan Ryan for California and Vince Colbert for Cleveland. Nolan Ryan was in trouble throughout the game. He pitched 8 innings and the Indians had runners on base in 7 of those innings. He walked 6, he gave up 8 hits, he walked 6, and he struck out 7. But the Indians were only able to scratch out 1 run, while Colbert gave up 1 run in 7 innings, and then relief pitcher Ray Lamb gave up a go-ahead home run to Ken Berry, and then the Angels scored an insurance run in the 9th inning. Right now the Angels have an 8-game winning streak going, and that has put them in first place in the American League West. The Orioles lost their game yesterday to Oakland 4-0. So the Indians remain in second place, 3.5 games back. While the Yankees lost yesterday, and that ended a 9-game winning streak for them. They lost to the White Sox. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, they had a 9-game winning streak, so they moved into third place. They're 4.5 games back. They're a game behind the Indians. We'll be right back with the starting lineups for today's game. Hi, and welcome to Cleveland Stadium for today's game between California and Cleveland. It's Saturday, June 3rd, 1972. Cleveland has a record of 20-17, while California has a record of 28-14. Cleveland's in second place in the AL East, while California is in first place in the AL West. California's won 8 straight. They have Rudy Mays starting. He's made 8 starts on the year. He's 4-3 with an ERA of 2.87. This is his first start against Cleveland. This series is the first meeting of the season between the Angels and the Indians. Milt Wilcox pitching for Cleveland. He's made 9 starts. He's 2-5 with an ERA of 3.11. It's 83 degrees. Wind speed is 6 miles per hour in from right center. So that means the wind is blowing out towards the lake today. Starting lineup for California will be the center fielder leading off, Ken Berry. Batting second to third baseman, Ken McMullen. Batting third, the catcher, John Stevenson. Batting fourth, the first baseman, Bob Oliver. Batting fifth, the right fielder, Leroy Stanton. Batting sixth, the second baseman, Sandy Alomar. Batting seventh, the left fielder, Jim Spencer. Batting eighth, the shortstop, Sid O'Brien. And batting ninth, the pitcher, Rudy May. On defense, the Indians have Chris Chambliss at first, Jack Brohammer at second, Frank Duffy at shortstop, Buddy Bell at third, Alex Johnson in left, Tom McCraw in center, Roy Foster in right, Jerry Moses catching, and on the mound, Milt Wilcox. Wilcox is a fastball pitcher. His last start was against Baltimore. He went 7 innings. He gave up 6 hits, 1 run. He walked 1. He struck out 4. He got the win. That was his second win of the year. And his first win since game number 2 played by the Indians. He came over from Cincinnati in the trade for Ted Uhlaender. Leading off for California is Ken Berry, the center fielder, hitting .366 with 2 home runs and 15 runs batted in. His home run last night broke the tie. That was in the 8th inning off relief pitcher Ray Lamb. Broke the 1-1 tie in last night's game. Here's the first pitch. It's a fastball off the corner, ball 1. Low and inside, ball 2. Ball 3, 3 balls, no strikes. Fouls it back, strike 1. Last night, both Ed Farmer and Ray Fosse left the game with injuries, but they are reported to be day-to-day, and they're both available to play today if needed. Curveball outside, ball 4. That'll bring up Ken McMullen, the third baseman. He's hitting .315, 1 home run, 11 runs batted in. It's a bouncer down a third base line. That's foul. Too high, ball 1. Way off the plate, the fastball, ball 2. Changeup, that was a swing and a miss, strike 2. Breaking ball, strike 3 called. Wilcox, I think, is pitching better than his record shows. Probably has given up a few too many walks. His biggest problem he's having right now is giving up the home run ball. Him, Ray Lamb, and Dick Tidrow are having difficulty with that. He didn't have a problem with that in Cincinnati at Riverfront Stadium, so it may be the Indians' fences. They're, in real life, they are closer to the grass than they are in this picture. In fact, they're right up against the grass. There's no warning track to speak of. But I saw some game footage from 1970, and the fence looked like it was about 5 feet tall. I think they raised the fence from 5 feet tall to about 7 or 8 feet tall. So Cleveland Stadium is not quite the soft touch this year as it's been the last several years for the home run ball. That'll bring up the catcher, John Stevenson. He's hitting .214, no home runs, 3 runs batted in. Foul tip, strike 1. High and tight, ball 1. High and away, ball 2. He hits a fly ball into left field. Alex Johnson's drifting over. He's got it for 2 outs. Berry goes back to first. And that'll bring up the first baseman, Bob Oliver. Oliver's hitting .340, 3 home runs, 16 runs batted in. Oliver came over on May 6th in a trade with Kansas City after he basically lost his position at Kansas City to youngster John Mayberry. He went to Kansas City he went to California from Kansas City for pitcher Tom Murphy. Curveball, inside, ball one. Swing and a miss on a fastball, strike one. There goes Berry to throw. He is safe. Stolen base number 3. That pitch was called a strike, so it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Strike 3 called. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the first. California nothing. Cleveland coming to bat. Cleveland's starting lineup will be leading off the shortstop Frank Duffy, batting second the first baseman Chris Chambliss. Batting third, the left fielder, former member of the Angels, Alex Johnson. Batting fourth, the center fielder, Tom McCraw. Batting fifth, the catcher, another former member of the Angels, Jerry Moses. Batting sixth, the right fielder, Roy Foster. Batting seventh, the second baseman, Jack Brohammer. Batting eighth, the third baseman, Buddy Bell. And batting ninth, the pitcher, Milt Wilcox. On defense, the Angels have Bob Oliver at first, Sandy Alomar at second, Sid O'Brien at short, Ken McMullen at third, Jim Spencer in left, Ken Berry in center, Leroy Stanton in right, John Stevenson catching, and on the mound, Rudy May. Rudy May, another hard-throwing left-hander. Doesn't throw quite as hard as Nolan Ryan, but in 57 innings pitched, he's given up 56 or 46 hits, 5 those home runs. He's walked 21. He has struck out 57. He has a record of 4-3 with a 2.84 ERA. Leading off is the Indian shortstop Frank Duffy. Duffy's hitting 314 or 317. No home runs, 17 runs batted in. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Grounder to first. Oliver has it. He'll take it himself. 1 out. Here's the first baseman, Chris Chambliss. He's hitting 301. No home runs, 9 runs batted in. He's a 6-game hitting streak. He was the AL Rookie of the Year last season. The 0-1 pitch. Grounder right back to the mound. May has it and throws him out. 2 outs. That brings up Alex Johnson, former member of the Angels. He came over along with Jerry Moses in the trade for Vada Pinson and Alan Foster. Johnson's hitting 219, 1 home run, 14 runs batted in. Johnson got off to a slow start with the Indians, but he has been picking it up. He has a 4-game hitting streak right now, and he's gotten hits in 6 of his last 8 games, 7 of his last 10. He had 2 hits last night, and he struck out twice. The 2-1 pitch. Fastball, fly ball into right center. Stanton coming in. He's got it. 3 outs. Nothing across for Cleveland in the first. We go to the second. No score. Leroy Stanton leads for California in the second. He's hitting 263, 3 home runs, 31 runs batted in. The 0-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. That's the third strikeout of the game for Wilcox. That'll bring up Sandy Alomar, the second baseman. He's hitting .237, no home runs, 14 runs batted in. The 1-2 pitch. Fly ball into right field. Foster drifting back. He's got it. 2 outs. Here's the left fielder, Jim Spencer. He's hitting .293, no home runs, 11 runs batted in. Spencer was 2 for 4 with a run batted in yesterday. The 2-0 pitch. Grounder up the middle, base hit. That's the first hit of the game. That'll bring up the shortstop, Sid O'Brien. He's hitting .310. 2 home runs, 8 runs batted in. Outside, ball 1. Changeup just inside, ball 2. Ball 3, 3 balls, no strikes. Ball 4. Second walk given up by Wilcox. That brings up the pitcher, Rudy May, hitting .091. He has 1 run batted in. He is 2 for 22. Fastball, pops it up. Moses is after it, but it makes the seats. Fouls that one back. Strike 2. Caught the inside corner. Strike 3. Strikeout number 4 for Wilcox. I believe they have all 4 have been called out on strikes. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the second. No score. Be the middle of the lineup for the Indians in the second. McCraw, Moses, and Foster. Tom McCraw's hitting .333, 7 home runs, 22 runs batted in. The 2-0 pitch. Base hit in right field. Alomar got a bad jump on that one. They'll bring up the catcher, Jerry Moses. Moses is hitting .294. No home runs, no runs batted in. Moses came over to the Indians from the Angels. And before that, he had played with the Boston Red Sox. Right down the middle for strike 1 at changeup. Moses hits a fly ball into center field. Ken Berry's coming in. He's got it. 1 out. That brings up Roy Foster. He's hitting .250, no home runs, 4 runs batted in. After the season ended, he was traded to Texas. And then shortly before the season started, the Indians made another trade with Texas to bring him back. Throw to first, McCraw's back. Fouls that one back, strike 1. Breaking ball, ball 1. Inside, ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. Throw to first, McCraw's back. Strike called, strike 2. It's fly ball into left field. Spencer's going back. He's near the wall. He's got it. 2 outs. That'll bring up Jack Brohammer, the second baseman. Rookie's hitting 192, 1 home run, 3 runs batted in. He was really struggling at the plate in the last for about the first 5 weeks or so. But in his last 4 games, he is 8 for 15. He got 3 hits Thursday night against Detroit. He had 2 hits last night and a walk. Inside, ball 1. Swing and a miss on a curveball, strike 1. Low and away, ball 2. Just off the ground inside, ball 3. Blooper into left field, base hit. McCraw around second, he'll take third. So we have 2 outs, runners at the corners. Here's another rookie, Buddy Bell. Bell's hitting 186, no home runs, 8 runs batted in. Bell and Brohammer, 2 of the young players that Indians manager Ken Aspromonte managed last year in Wichita. In fact, Buddy Bell last year was the Rookie of the Year in the American Association. Just like in 1970, Chris Chambliss, another former player for Aspromonte in Wichita, was the American Association Rookie of the Year in 1970. So he was the American Association Rookie of the Year and then the American League Rookie of the Year. Curveball. Grounder down the first base line. That's foul. Fastball. Strike 2 called. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Cleveland gets no runs. 2 hits, no errors. They left 2 men on base. We played 2 here in Cleveland. No score. It'll be the top of the order for California in the third. Berry, McMullen, and Stevenson. Berry walked in the first inning. The 0-2 pitch. Grounder to third. Bell bobbles it. Berry safe on the error. That'll bring up Ken McMullen, who's 0 for 1. He struck out in the first inning. Fastball, ball 1. He lays down a bunt. Chambliss picks it up. Throws to Wilcox covering. McMullen beat it out. Legged out a bunt single. Berry takes second. So we have runners on first and second. Nobody out. Here's the catcher, John Stevenson. He's 0 for 1. He flied out to McCraw in the first. Fastball, ball 1. Outside, ball 2. Too high, ball 3. Ball 4. Walked him on 4 pitches. That's walk number 3 given up by Wilcox. Wilcox having some problems with his control so far today. He's 47 pitches, 21 of those have been balls. That'll bring up Bob Oliver. He's 0 for 1. He struck out in the first. Foul tip, strike 1. Up and in, ball 1. Inside, ball 2. Up and in, ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. Hits a grounder to third. This could be two. Bell, the second for one. Stevenson takes out Brohammer, so there's no throw to first. Barry scores. It's 1-0 California. So you have McMullen on third. Oliver on first. That brings up Lee Stanton. He's 0 for 1. He struck out in the second. And since Barry got on via the error, that is an unearned run. Swing and a miss on a curveball, strike one. Inside, ball one. Another swing and a miss, strike two. Too high, ball two. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ball three, full count. It's fly ball in the left field. Johnson's there. He has it. McMullen tags. Johnson throws to the cutoff man. McMullen scores. It's 2-0 California. That'll bring up Sandy Alomar. He's 0 for 1 today. He flied out to Foster. Alomar hits a base hit into right field. Foster's up with it. Oliver rounds second. He'll take third. So we have runners at the corners, 2 outs. And here's Jim Spencer, who is 1 for 1. He singled. Last time up. I think 438 with 2 outs and runners in scoring position. It's a changeup, ball one. Fastball, late call, strike one. Ball two. Liner into center field. McCraw coming in. Dives. Can't come up with it. Oliver scores. Spencer's on second with a stand-up double. Alomar's on third. It's 3-0 California. That brings up Sid O'Brien. He walked his last time up. Fastball, too high, ball one. Swing and a miss, strike two. Too high, ball one. In tight, ball three. Ball four. Walk number 4 given up by Wilcox. That brings up Rudy May, who's 0 for 1. He struck out in the second inning. Strike one call on a curveball. High and away, ball one. Base hit in the left field. Alomar scores. Spencer's coming around. He'll score. O'Brien stops at second. It's 5-0 California. That brings up Ken Berry. He is 0 for 1 with a walk. Off the corner, ball one. Too low, ball two. Swing and a miss, strike one. Low and away, ball three. Base it up the middle. O'Brien rounds third. He'll score. May stops at second. It's 6-0. Here's Ken McMullen. He's 1 for 2 with a single. Ball two. Fouls it back. Strike one. 2 balls, 1 strike. Ball 3. Ball 4. 5th walk given up by Wilcox. That'll bring up John Stevenson. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. Fastball on the inside part of the plate. Strike 1. Too high. Ball 1. Strike 2 called. It's a shallow fly ball into right field. Foster's coming in. He's got it. But California gets 6 runs, 6 unearned runs, 5 hits, 1 error. They left the bases loaded. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. It is California 6, Cleveland nothing. Pinch hitting for Wilcox in the 3rd will be Fred Stanley. Stanley's hitting 154. No home runs, no runs batted in. He has 2 hits on the season with 1 double. He's 1 for 6 as a pinch hitter. The 0-1 pitch, grounder to short. O'Brien has it, throws him out, 1 out. That'll bring up Frank Duffy. He's 0 for 1. He grounded out to Oliver in the 1st. The 2-0 pitch. Grounder to short. O'Brien's there. He has it, throws him out. 2 outs. That'll bring up the first baseman, Chris Chambliss. He's 0 for 1. He grounded out to May in the 1st inning. The 1-2 pitch. Little blooper to short. O'Brien has it and puts it away. 3 outs. Nothing across for Cleveland in the 3rd. We played 3 here in Cleveland. California 6, Cleveland nothing. Let's take a look around the league. Top of the 5th in Baltimore, the Orioles lead the A's 2-1. That is Jim Palmer against Vita Blue. Blue's making his 3rd start since coming back from his holdout. Top of the 5th in Detroit, the Twins lead the Tigers 2-0. That is Ray Corbin against Fred Sherman. Twins are in 3rd place in the AL West. They're 2.5 games behind California. Bottom of the 5th in Philadelphia. Reds lead the Phillies 2-0. That is Wayne Simpson against Billy Champion. Bottom of the 3rd in Milwaukee. No score between the Rangers and the Brewers. That's former Indian Rich Hand against Jim Lonborg. Bottom of the 4th at Shea Stadium. Braves and the Mets are tied at 1. That is Ron Schuler against Jim McAndrew. And bottom of the 2nd at Comiskey Park, the White Sox lead the Yankees 2-0. Rick Reichard hit his 2nd home run for Chicago. That is Fritz Peterson for New York against Tom Bradley for Chicago. Back here at Cleveland Stadium for the 4th, Steve Hargan comes out to pitch for the Indians. He's making his 8th appearance of the year. He has no wins, no losses, or saves, an ERA of 2.61. In 10 1/3 innings, he has given up 10 hits. 2 of those have been home runs. He's walked 6. He has struck out 2. That brings up Bob Oliver, leadoff. He is 0 for 2. He struck out in the 1st, and he grounded it into a force play in the 3rd. That scored Ken Berry with the 1st run of the game. And Berry, you'll recall, got on base on Buddy Bell's error. The 1-1 pitch. Hits a shallow fly ball into center field. McCraw coming in. He's got it. 1 out. That brings up Leroy Stanton. He's 0 for 1. He struck out and he had a sacrifice fly in the third. That scored McMullen, making it 2-0 California. The 0-2 pitch. Fly ball into right field. Foster to his right. Has it. 2 outs. Here's Sandy Alomar. He's 1 for 2 with a single. The 2-2 pitch. Grounder to third. Bell's up with it. Throw. Bang, bang, play. He got him. 3 outs. Nothing across for California in the fourth. We go to the bottom of the fourth. It is California 6, Cleveland nothing. Alex Johnson leads off for the Indians in the fourth. He is 0 for 1. He flied out to Ken Berry in the first. The 3-2 pitch. Grounder back to the mound. May is up with it. 1 out. Here's Tom McCraw. He is 1 for 1 with a single. The 2-2 pitch. He hits a grounder back to the mound. But May bobbles this one. Can't make the play there. Calling that an error. Second error of the year for Rudy May. So McCraw takes first, 1 out. This brings up Jerry Moses, who's 0 for 1. He flied out to Ken Berry in the second. Swing and a miss on a fastball. Strike 1. Just outside another fastball. Ball 1. Too high. Ball 2. Pops it up. Third base side. That'll make the seats. Curveball in off the plate. Ball 3. Full count. Ball 4. First walk given up by Rudy May. That brings up Roy Foster, who's 0 for 1. He flied out to Jim Spencer in the second. Swing and a miss on the fastball. Strike 1. Another swing and a miss. Strike 2. Too low. Ball 1. That was high. Ball 2. Fouls it back. Foster hits a base hit in the right field. Craw rounds third. He'll score. Moses takes third. It is 6-1. It is 6-1, and each of those 7 runs has been unearned so far today. That brings up Jack Brohammer. He's 1 for 1 with a single. Fastball on the inside corner. Strike 1. Base hit in the left field. Moses scores. Foster stops at second.